I'm so excited to be back with our She Can channel where we interview women from all over the world about their journey, how they got to where they are today. And I'm really excited to interview Rhonda Ross today. Rhonda, welcome to the She Can channel. Thank you so much for taking the time, for being a role model. You've grown up with really important role models in your life. You are an incredible woman in the world. You are Emmy-nominated actress, a Grammy-nominated songwriter. You're a motivational singer who helps people feel better through the power of thought. So tell us a bit more about your journey and how you got to this place.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Um, you mentioned my role models. I am the daughter of singer Diana Ross and Motown founder Gordy. And I mention that because they have had such incredible careers and impact on the world that as I was growing up, there was a sense of, oh my goodness, what can I do? What do I have to offer the world that can in any way have, I don't know, can any way even show up amongst the light that they have brought to the world and to history and all of that. And so there was a lot of feelings of insecurity and feelings of inadequacy and feelings like I was expected to be a certain way, expected to behave a certain way, expected to have a limit to what I could achieve or how I could be. And so that was something I always sort of grappled with throughout my life. And as I got into my 20s, I bumped into some other challenges like that, challenges in my career, challenges in my personal life. And I found myself not feeling good. I found myself having times of darkness and difficulty, not wanting to get out of bed, not not feeling motivated, not just really not feeling good. I was never diagnosed with depression, but my thought is that that's what I was dealing with, just a really dark time. And I assumed that I needed all of the things outside of myself, all of the different situations and facts that I couldn't control. I assumed that I needed them to change before I could feel better. But in that time, and this is about 20 years ago, in that time, what I discovered was that I didn't need any of that to change to feel better, that our feelings, our moods are an indication of the thoughts that we are thinking. And we think it's an indication of the facts around us, but it's the indication of the thoughts. And I had that realization and I embraced the power of thought, this idea that the thoughts that I think are under my control and my management. And if I learn to shift them, I can then shift also the mood that I find myself in. And for the last 20 years, I've been honing that. And I created a 5-step process that takes somebody from feeling bad to feeling better. And I've also infiltrated that into my music as an artist. And so that is the work that I do today.
Rhonda, it's such an inspiring story. And if I follow you and I hear your invigorating music and I look at your
Yeah.
inspiring keynotes and impactful courses and workshops that you offer now to the world,
Yes.
it feels like you've really turned your healing journey into the power
Yes.
that you now have to offer other people who, might not have grown up with two people, such powerful parents, but we all have bad thoughts and we all have
Yes.
times when we go through darkness for
Yes.
whichever reason. And so the power of thought is really your thing now. And so tell us a little bit more around your day-to-day work now, your courses, your workshops, what's coming up for you in 2024 for that. Promote your being, and tell us what your main motivator is.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, the thing I always say is the crucial first step is accepting and understanding that our feelings, our moods, are indicators of our thoughts. That's the first step. We are in a climate of perceived powerlessness where we really, many of us really do feel that our power to feel better, our ability to feel better is in somebody else's hands, anybody else's hands, but not in our own. And what that does is it makes us feel like, one, that we're victims, powerless, and two, that we have to somehow go out and manipulate those people. We need to manipulate them through our behavior. We need to force them. We need to trick them. We need to convince them to change their behavior so we can feel better. Once we take that crucial first step, which is recognizing that all of the power lives inside of us, that is the beginning. From there, we can do everything else. From there, I go on, as I mentioned, I have a 5-step process. I have step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, after that crucial first step. And in answer to your question, and to your wonderful words about my work, I have a series of a suite of products that help people. Everything from on demand, where someone can go and do it at their own self pace, to live group workshops and retreats where we come together as a community. I teach the 5 steps. We work them out in real time together, and literally things are changed from the beginning of that process to the end of it. I've had people. I had a woman not too long ago who was she was a freelancer and afraid to raise her prices. She didn't even know what the fear was, but the fear was, I can't raise my prices. And from beginning to the end of our process, she was able to shift and reframe and trade in those difficult thoughts and trade them in for what I call INTs, intentionally nourishing thoughts, and shift her mood and her feelings of confidence. I had another woman who was dealing with feelings that she had let her children down, that she hadn't been the mother she wanted to be, for all the different reasons. And again, in that time, she was able to shift that and feel better. So that's what I do. And yes, I do have a workshop coming up. It's what I call an implementation workshop, a demonstration workshop, and I'm offering it, by the way, free to your listeners. You can find it on my website, which is rhondaross.net. It is live, and it will demonstrate how to walk through the 5 steps, so people can take these 5 steps and use them for themselves.
You're so kind, Rhonda. Thank you so much. That is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Rhonda, what would you say are your main qualities? You're obviously you've
Oh,
inherited this incredible voice. You write beautiful lyrics. What are your main qualities?
that's an amazing question. I think my main positive quality is this ability that I learned, like I said, 20 years ago, to look honestly and truthfully at myself, at what I am thinking. It is huge. And I think that's really the thing that I've learned and embraced that has changed my life. The ability to look honestly and truthfully at what I am thinking. So often we cover it up, right? We're either afraid of it, or we don't want to see it, or we don't want to admit it. But when you can do that, when you can really look at what it really is, it changes everything. So I would say that is my main quality.
Amazing. Rhonda, what are you most proud of to date?
Um, at the risk of repeating, I actually am the most proud of that. And I'll tell you why. Um, in any in any relationship I'm in, whether it be the relationship with myself or my husband or my son, my family members, my friends, the only way that I can be of help to them, of service to them, the way that I love them is by taking care of myself. You know, they talk about on the planes, put your mask on first before you help someone else. I also think about it as if I'm on a slippery mountain, a slippery hill with someone I care about, my footing has to be safe before I can help them with theirs, right? So this idea of, I like to call it emotional independence. This idea of taking care of my mood, getting grounded, feeling safe, feeling at peace, feeling better for myself, my ability to do that for myself and not leaning on or demanding that anyone else in my world do that for me, whether that be my husband, my child, my friend, or the clerk at the store. Not demanding or expecting that anyone else gives me my footing and my security or my air mask. I feel like that allows for me to really and truly love the people in my life, give to the people in my life, serve the people in my life, including myself. And to me, that is the thing that I am the most proud of because it's at the base of every relationship that I'm in, and I really am the most proud of that. These are good questions.
And I love your answers, Rhonda, because it's the real deal. It's about the
Yeah.
real nitty-gritty of what life is about. And it's
You
so
know,
beautiful.
it's interesting. I'm sorry to cut you off because I just love your question because so often if someone asks me that, my first thought is I'm most proud of my relationship with my son. I'm most proud of my relationship with my husband. But what is underneath that? And I'm so glad you asked the question in a way that I could think about it like that, because the truth is that that thing that I'm talking about, that ability to be honest with myself about my own feelings and then take responsibility for shifting the thoughts that are creating those feelings, thereby creating an emotional independence in myself
Yeah.
so that I'm not demanding of anybody in my world. That is truly what I'm the most proud of. So thank you for asking that question.
And it's complete freedom as well. It sounds
Yes.
amazing. Rhonda, so what top tips would you give to others to be the captain of their ship, to really conquer their own thoughts?
Thank you. Such a good question. Here are my top 5 tips. First tip is the crucial first step, accepting and understanding that your feelings, your mood come from your thoughts and that you are the thinker of your thoughts. So you do have the ability to shift them as you choose. That is number 1. The second step is to take the time to actually feel what you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel it, acknowledge it. There are so many reasons why this is important. I go into them in my workshops, in my courses, and in my retreats. Sign up for one of those for details, but this is an extremely important step. Step number 3, figure out what are the thoughts that are leading to those feelings. What are they? Be honest, be truthful. That is the key, honest and truthful. The quicker you get to the honesty, the quicker you can get to the other side of feeling better. And number 4, take those thoughts and trade them in for better feeling thoughts. I like to call those INTs, intentionally nourishing thoughts. And you can do it because you are the thinker of your thoughts. And then the 5th and the secret sauce is to make it memorable. Set it so you don't forget it. And I have a very specific way to do that, which is tied into the whole life that I've been living that I love to share with people. But I share it, it takes some time. So we share it in the workshops, in the courses, in the retreats. So again, I'm offering to your listeners and your viewers to come for free to one of my upcoming demonstration workshops where I walk you through the 5 steps, really letting you see how it can work in your own life. And this is my gift to you, which I'm happy to give. My website is rhondaross.net, where you can access the link for that. And there you go. Those are my top tips to
Rhonda,
feeling better, to being the captain of your thoughts and your feelings.
thank you so much, Rhonda. And we will put the link in your bio, obviously accompanying this video.
Thank you.
Rhonda,
Thank you.
so what plans, goals, or dreams do you have for your future?
You know, right now I'm just focused on sharing this knowledge and realization that has helped me so much, sharing this as widely as possible with to as many people as possible. It is really my life's work. It was my life's work before I knew it was my life's work. I was singer songwriter performing. I was an artist. I'm still an artist. But what I didn't realize is underneath the art was this driving force. I was writing songs like "Ain't Nobody's Business, Ain't Nobody's Job to Make You Happy," writing songs like that because I wanted to get this message out, and so it just permeates everything that I do. It permeates every relationship. It permeates the art that I make as a songwriter, as a script writer, as an actress, everything. And so now I'm thankful that I'm clear that this is my life's work. And 2024 and 25 and 26 and 27 and 28 is all about me getting this out to as many people because I know that it's life changing. I know that it's helpful. And that's what I want to do is be of help.
Yeah, it's lovely to see that you as a living example, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Rhonda, so my last question would be, who were your role models? Who were the role models that showed you the path that got you from one thing to the next, that got you to where you are today?
Yes, there are really so many, but my first role models are, well, my first role model is my mother. She has been also living and embodying this idea of thought power since before I was born, and that is all I grew up with. This idea that you are the captain of your own ship. This idea that you are the thinker of your thoughts, and this idea that you get to decide how you're going to feel. Really, my first role model for that is and was my mother, and then of course my father too. He built everything he built with that ability to see it, to follow it, to know that his life and his experience was within his own mental control. And then there have been some incredible artists and activists who had the same idea. Abby Lincoln comes to mind, incredible singer, songwriter, but also the captain of her own ship. And I sat at her feet as a young artist, and she really poured into me. And then today, I read everything. I read everything on habits and on thought power and on mindset. I study, I read all day, every day, because that is the work that I love, and so I'm always being influenced and inspired by the work of my co teachers out here. So always that these are the people who have influenced me.
Rhonda, thank you so much for talking to me today, for telling your powerful and inspiring story, for
Thank you.
offering your gift, which we will mention in your bio. And I am so excited about this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have the conversation with you.